Hey guys, so I want to talk to you about competitive discovery today. So every now and then you're going to hop onto a discovery call and the organization is going to be working with a direct competitor and you want to do some discovery, right? Most people get straight into that defensive talk track where why we're better without actually uncovering some information first. So today this is going to be a very tactical. I've got a couple of different talk tracks and questions that you can use to stick to the end. Now, I've been doing some training with a sales leader with I think got like 8, 9 AEs, and we're looking at this middle one, which is that curiosity starter. So I call them discovery starters. There's a couple of different ways that we can actually start discovery. One is with a hypothesis, one is with curiosity, and the other one is by telling a story to help frame and get their mind thinking about this problem specifically. So the one I want to talk to you about today is curiosity. So let's say, for example, I'm hopping onto a call. Let's say I'm selling, I don't know, a sales forecasting tool, right? That helps a sales leader run a better forecast. When I hop onto that call, there's going to be like 3 questions I'm going to ask them straight away after I've delivered my agenda. So the very first question is this question here, which is, hey, John, you mentioned that you're working with insert the competitor name already. And I can't imagine you agreed to meet with everyone who reaches out to you because you'd probably get no work done. Can you share what made you want to kind of chat with me today? And the reason I use a little bit of humor in there because it just lightens the ask, right? So it's like, I can't imagine you agreed to meet with everybody. So why did you want to meet with me? Tell me what's happening in your business that made you want to meet with me when you already have a solution in place, right? And they're going to say something like, we work, yeah, you're right. We work with ABC Company. We signed a contract with them about 2.5 years ago on a 3-year contract. So it's coming up to renewal and we're kind of just looking around, right? If people are in love with their solution, it does everything they need. Very rarely do they go to market because they're busy with other things. They're just going to renew that thing, right? Because it's working. So if they're meeting with me, it's probably because something's not perfect and I need to uncover that so I can then differentiate. So first question, you mentioned that you're working with ABC Company already, and I can't imagine you agree to meet with everyone that reaches out with you. Can you share why you wanted to meet with me today? They give you an answer. We're in the market. I say, great. This is where you go to the next layer, which is that makes sense. I'm curious, what problem were you hoping to solve when you signed up for that company 2.5 years ago? This is where a lot of sellers get it wrong. When people buy stuff historically, it's like how they buy things right now with you. There's a problem to solve, which is why they're speaking to vendors, evaluating solutions, and going to build a business case to create some budget or to replace that vendor. So let's go back in time and understand, well, what problem were you hoping to solve for? What was impacting your business? Because I can understand that next and go into this next question, which is, that makes sense. Why do you think you've not been able to solve that problem with ABC? Okay, go quiet, let them. And that's where we're going to uncover the root cause issue with working with that company. That's going to be really helpful for your battle cards, so that when you do outbound into those competitor conversations, you can actually use those as hooks as a way to start conversations and differentiate. But let me just take you back through this, right? Why are we here today? They're usually going to start really high level. Got it. Let me get that high level stuff out of the way. Then I want to shift gears. Like, what problem was your business facing that justified that investment 2.5 years ago? Or our sales team we really weren't forecasting very accurately. Like, it was just a bit of a mess, really. I was going into board meetings and I was calling a number. 12 weeks later, I was calling a much lower number, and I was losing reputation and trust with the board. Okay, maybe that was the problem. We just weren't forecasting very well. And then when I asked them, hey, why do you think you've not been able to solve that? They might say, well, the forecasting tool we use, it only captures call recordings. We don't get to see any of the email backwards and forwards, or any other engagement data where they might be bringing up objections that the rep hasn't discussed on a call. So we still call that number, but actually we have no idea about them replying back saying, I can't get budget for this, or I'm also speaking to this competitor, and we've got no visibility into those